What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erica Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's presidential candidate numbers have been drawn in a crucial final step ahead of January's elections. Here's Joyce Tseng with the latest from the Central Election Commission.
Taiwan's edging closer to picking who they want to see succeed President Tsai Ing-wen as she wraps up her maximum 2 terms in office. A lot of local media have shown up this morning at the Central Election Commission as the 3 presidential hopefuls pick their all-important candidate numbers for January's elections. That's essentially the order that their names will appear on the ballot. Different numbers mean different things here in Taiwan, with some considered to be luckier than others. And so how are these numbers picked? Well, by a customary lucky draw. Third-party runners Ko Wen-je and Cynthia Wu from the Taiwan People's Party have landed in slot 1, while the ruling Democratic Progressive Party's Lai Ching-te and Bi Kim-hsiao have drawn number 2. That makes main opposition Kuomintang's Hou You-yi and Zhao Sao-kang number 3. All 3 camps have said they are satisfied with their numbers, and now voters will see these numbers play out in their campaigns, whether that's victory number 2 or everything's okay number 3.
很高兴今天抽到美德双全、稳定向前，代表着胜利的2号。
那1号是你最想要抽到的是？那今天有没有带一些什么就是比较幸运的东西？会相信这些吗？
哎，我跟你讲哦，我是蜥蜴人，没有很注重这种东西的，就是一个号码嘛，就给投票总要一个号码让他选的。
And though the international sphere will be looking to see how the 3 candidates manage self-ruled Taiwan's relationship with neighboring China, the Taiwanese people will be eager to see how the 3 will help on bread and butter issues that will affect daily life here, like housing and labor policies. Now, the next date to mark is December 30th, when the 3 hopefuls will get to put forth and defend their vision for Taiwan at the televised presidential debate. Joseph Wu and Joyce Sun in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
President Tsai Ing-wen has met Japan's new representative to Taiwan. During the visit, Tsai expressed her hope for deeper relations with Japan and Taiwan's participation in international institutions. The president also thanked Tokyo for supporting peace in the Taiwan Strait. Representative Karayama Kazuyuki wrote his master's thesis on Taiwanese democracy, and Japan is one of Taiwan's closest allies in the region. A Taiwan Army helicopter pilot is accused of working with China. Sources in Taiwan say he planned to defect during exercises held by the Chinese military. Bryn Thomas has more.
This Chinook helicopter is an important part of Taiwan's defense, and one that almost ended up in the hands of China. Its pilot, an officer named Tsai, is accused of plotting to defect. A local report claims he was planning to wait until China's military held drills in the seas near Taiwan and then fly his helicopter to meet one of their aircraft carriers. China reportedly offered him and his family tickets to Thailand and around $15 million in exchange for his cooperation. But that never happened. Tsai was busted in July, part of a recent crackdown on Chinese spies. Taiwan's defense ministry says they're on top of a problem.
的的确确，中共对我们有很多动作啊，拉拢我的人呐，的确受到蛮大影响。
But understanding the problem isn't the same as solving it. China views Taiwan as its territory and has not ruled out the use of force to take the country. With this comes efforts to influence Taiwan's military through intimidation, infiltration, and espionage. July's crackdown has led to calls for Taiwanese authorities to do more. In response, the Defense Ministry is tightening its controls and pushing new regulations through government to improve security.
议院如果三读通过了以后，我们给行政院，行政院还有很多执法，要请各部会来做一个接续的一个明定，明定完了确定没有问题，才能够公布。
But whether these measures will be enough is yet to be seen. Only one thing is certain, and that is that China will continue to try to infiltrate Taiwan's military, and authorities here are going to have to work hard to keep up. Chris Ma, Sam Hui, and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
Labor rights groups are calling for better protections for firefighters, who they say face extremely dangerous conditions.
台湾10年来已经殉职了43位的消防员。那对于消防员来讲，我们的劳动条件都一直掌握在政府的手中，我们基层并没有我们自己的发言权。
The groups are halfway through a 3-week march across Taiwan for workers' rights. They protested at a site in the central county of Zhanghua, where a firefighter died on the job 2 years ago. In addition to better safety measures for firefighters, they're also calling for the right to form a union to better protect their interests. The government says it is looking into the issue and will invest around $82 million in improving firefighting equipment. Taiwan's been called the most mountain-dense island in the world. Monday was International Mountains Day, and Sally Jensen takes a look at the importance of the country's peaks.
Studded with summits, Taiwan is a mountainous country. Some estimates have listed it as the most mountain-dense island in the world.
Mountains protect Taiwan from typhoons, and it's a huge tourist draw. Think about mountaineering, think about geologic life forms, and just sort of casual tourists who like going to the mountains.
The small country boasts 268 peaks over 3,000 meters above sea level, making it a real destination for foreign and Taiwanese climbers alike. For many pleasure hikers, the first stop is here on Yangmingshan for its proximity to downtown Taipei and its geothermal hot springs. But like many of Taiwan's mountains, it also plays an important ecological role, regulating the capital's climate. Yangmingshan buttresses the Taipei Basin from winds and rains coming from the northeast. Its grassy terrain is also home to numerous wild animal species, like macaques and even pangolins. Taiwan's highest peaks lie in the central mountain range, the area where the island's 3 major river systems originate. Just last week, the first snow of the year fell on Taiwan's Xueshan, or Snow Mountain. The UN's International Mountain Day celebrates the environmental benefits of mountains like these. But as immovable as they look, Taiwan's peaks are facing challenges. Overdevelopment and construction create soil erosion, impacting agriculture and endangering people who live there.
If you build the buildings, if we do a lot here in this area, you can see the mountains is gradually sliding. And the sliding is very smooth, it's quite slowly. But after if it's a heavy rainfall, the slide accelerates.
These landslides are becoming a bigger threat during extreme weather like typhoons, which are turbocharged by climate change. Home to many of Taiwan's indigenous peoples, the mountains here are both a lifeline and an increasing danger.
可能还是原住民族的这个居住地，还是以这个山区为主，所以其实台湾的山区其实本来也现在应该也是因为有很多的开发，也因为现在气候极端的变化，所以很多的状况其实都是比过去更严重。
Like others around the world, Taiwan's mountains are under threat from climate change, overexploitation and pollution, making it ever more urgent to preserve these crown jewels of Taiwan's landscape. Justin Wu and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
Huge crowds flocked to Taiwan's southern port city to see one of Japan's most famous marching bands. Kyoto Tachibana Senior High School's Orange Devils are in Taiwan for a week of performances. 85,000 people were there for their first show in Kaohsiung. The Devils will also hit Taipei and New Taipei on their tour. The group shot to fame in Taiwan after performing in National Day celebrations last year. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with this footage from the Naked Santa Run charity held in Budapest, Hungary. I'm Erica Liu. Take care and see you next time.
For more stories from here at the Twin Oaks Estate and around the world, make sure to visit TaiwanPlus News on social media.